This is the story of a black girl in her 20s named Jasmine. Her grandparents moved to California in the 60s. She said she grew up in the city, raised by her mom and her grandma. Money was always tight, but they had something richer: love. Jasmine said she was always hustling. Two jobs, one at a coffee shop, another cleaning offices, while trying to finish her psychology degree. Every day was a grind, a constant push to survive, to keep moving forward even when it felt like she was standing still. That morning, Jasmine remembers it vividly. She was waiting for the bus, headphones in, lost in her own world, my thoughts already in survival mode. But then, I saw him. A frail, older white man in a perfectly tailored coat, cane trembling in one hand, plastic grocery bags in the other. He looked completely out of place, lost and invisible. That's when she saw him. Jasmine asked, concerned, if he needed a hand. He seemed surprised. He was wary. Maybe surprised someone like me stopped. A little gruff, even, but then he nodded. But as we walked, he loosened and said his name was Arthur Harrington. Told her not many people stop to help anymore. Jasmine said her grandma always taught her, if you can help, you do. He smiled then, a warm, quiet smile. Said she sounded like a wise woman. They walked a few blocks to his brownstone. It was beautiful, old, but elegant. When they got to his door, he thanked her again and said, I hope I see you around, Jasmine. She wished him well and hurried off. She thought that was the end of it. Jasmine told them about Mr. Harrington, described his house, how just the doorknob probably cost more than her whole paycheck. Her mom smiled, proud she'd helped someone. Grandma asked if he tipped her. Typical grandma. Jasmine laughed and said no, but she had a feeling he was lonely. Grandma said wisely, sometimes a thank you means more than money. Jasmine said she knew Grandma was right. The next day at work, Jasmine was distracted. The coffee shop was packed as usual. The air smelled like cinnamon muffins and overworked espresso machines. I was on my second shift, my feet aching, brain half functioning. But my mind, it wasn't here. It kept drifting back to him, Mr. Harrington. The way his voice softened when he spoke about his wife. The careful way he held onto his cane like it was memory itself. There was something fragile in him, something familiar. Her coworker noticed. Girl, to Jasmine, hello? You've been looking like you're in a Hallmark movie all day. Who is he? And don't lie, I see that glow. I blinked out of my trance and laughed. It's not like that. I helped this older man with groceries the other day. Mr. Harrington, he lives a few blocks down. He reminded me of my grandpa, if I'd ever had one. We just talked and her coworker warned her, said rich folks could be strange. You sure he's not like a retired serial killer luring you in with Werther's originals and Shakespeare quotes? I burst out laughing, nearly dropped a coffee cup. Nah, there was a loneliness in him. Like he wasn't trying to trick anybody. He just needed someone to see him. Just be careful, her coworker said. But Jasmine didn't feel that with him. He just seemed alone. She couldn't shake it. Later that week, Jasmine passed by his house again, looked up, and there he was, sitting in the window alone with a book in his lap. Jasmine learned later that he'd asked his housekeeper about her, told her she reminded him of his late wife, how she used to help strangers all the time. He said he hoped to see Jasmine again, and Jasmine was still thinking about him too. Jasmine asked, curious, if it was strange to feel connected to someone so different. Grandma comforted her, saying everyone needs somebody, baby. And money don't keep you warm at night. Kindness does. It's not silly to feel he needs a friend. It's just being human. A week later, Jasmine saw him again, at the park, feeding pigeons. He spotted her and waved, invited her to sit. He told her he used to come there with his wife, how she loved the birds. She'd been gone 5 years now. Jasmine said she was so sorry. That must be hard. Arthur Harrington replied, resigned, that life goes on. Then he asked about Jasmine. So she told him about her jobs, her classes, her dream to open a community counseling center one day. He smiled, said she reminded him of his wife and that her dream was, Impressive. From that day on, they met every week. Sometimes she helped him with groceries or errands. Other times they just talked. He told her stories of his travels, of the old city, of his wife. She told him about her life, her classes, her mom's cooking, her grandma's stories. They were so different, but somehow they got each other. He became like the grandfather she never had, and she thinks she became the family he no longer had. Then, one day, she saw the ambulance. Her heart dropped. She ran up, asking the paramedics what happened. They said he'd fallen. They were taking him to St. Mary's. She told them she was his friend, his only friend, and they let her ride with him. He looked so small in that bed. She brought him books, crosswords. He hated hospital TV. He smiled and called her too good. She told him he'd do the same for her. They even joked about Shakespeare, Hamlet versus Macbeth. He told her she had a good soul, said not to lose it. The world needed more people like her. She told him he was the closest thing she had to a granddad. He squeezed her hand, and that meant everything. A nurse came in, letting her know visiting hours were almost over. She promised Mr. Harrington she'd come back tomorrow, and he said he'd hold her to that. Later that night, she told her mom how scared she was, how she didn't want to lose him. Her mom hugged her, telling her that loving people meant being there even when it hurt. She visited him every day, reading to him, helping him eat, trying to make him laugh. Then came the morning she'll never forget. She got to the hospital. His bed was empty. A nurse told her he passed peacefully. Her heart broke. She whispered, "Thank you, Mr. Harrington." And she meant it. At his funeral, she felt out of place among strangers in suits. She placed a single flower on his casket, whispered, "I'll never forget you." Weeks later, she got a letter from a law firm. She was nervous, confused. Why would they be contacting her? She went to their office, her heart pounding. The lawyer, a stern-looking woman, told her Mr. Mall, Harrington had left her, his home, his savings, and a letter. She was in shock. She asked, "Why?" The lawyer said, "He said you were the only person who made him feel seen." Arthur Harrington's letter said gently, "Dear Jasmine, you gave me friendship when I had nothing left but memories. You reminded me of the goodness in people. I hope this helps you chase your dreams. With gratitude, Arthur Harrington." She cried, whispered, "Thank you. I won't let you down." Moving in was surreal. Grandma kept saying the house was too fancy. Her mom laughed and told her to relax. It was their home now. Jasmine kept expecting Mr. Harrington to walk in and ask if she wanted tea. They found a photo of him and his wife. Her mom said, "Let's hang it in the living room. Let her watch over us." Jasmine thought that was a beautiful idea. With the burden of money lifted, Jasmine finally finished her degree. They called her name at graduation, Jasmine Williams, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Her mom and grandma cheered the loudest. She hugged them both and said, "We did it." Her mom, proud, said with tears in her eyes that Mr. Harrington would be so proud. Jasmine hoped so. She knew she wanted to do something meaningful with what he had left her, something that truly mattered. The brownstone, now bustling with activity. Jasmine hosts a meeting with local teens and parents. Jasmine decided to open the house to the community. She gathered local teens and their parents, telling them this house was for them, a place to study, to hang out, or to just get away for a bit. Some of the kids were skeptical at first, asking if she was serious about just letting them come in. She assured them she was, with a few ground rules, like no shoes on the fancy rug. That was Grandma's rule, and she'd be watching. Her grandma, from the kitchen, even added a playful warning about her pound cake, which got some laughs. Jasmine opened the house to the community. Kids came to study, hang out, just breathe. Grandma had one rule: no shoes on the rug, and if you touched her pound cake, you better be respectful. Someone asked to use the piano. Jasmine said yes. Mr. Harrington would have loved that. Jasmine mentored teens, helped with homework. Maya, a sweet girl, asked if she could go to college. Jasmine told her, "Absolutely. I'll help you every step. Her mom planted flowers in the garden, said Jasmine made the house something beautiful. Jasmine told her she was just paying it forward. The house became more than a home. It was a hub, a safe place, a launch pad. Jasmine told a reporter once, it all started with one moment, one act of kindness, one man who saw her and let her see him too. Sometimes I sit here and think about that day at the bus stop, how easy it would have been to walk away. But kindness doesn't just change a moment, it changes everything. His house isn't just a house now, it's hope, it's healing, it's home. Then came the letter. Miss Jasmine, I got into college. I'm the first in my family. You believed in me. Thank you. I hope I can help someone the way you helped me. Tasha tears fell. That's what it's all about. Jasmine said, grateful to Mr. Harrington, who showed her kindness, and to all of you for keeping that kindness alive. Everyone echoed, to kindness. One moment, one choice not to walk by. It changed Jasmine's life, her family's life. And now, the ripple keeps going, and she hopes it never stops. If you enjoy this story, kindly subscribe, share, and comment below.